Oh my goodness. The bugs were in my mouth, and my eyes, and my ears. For the past 8 days, my wife and I have come here to France and are staying in a different castle every single night. And we are doing this for 13 days. The whole reason for this trip is because my wife and I are close to becoming empty nesters, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing after the kids leave the home. And one of the possibilities is to come to France, buy an old chateau, renovate the thing and make it nice, and live out some of our years together with a dog, hopefully, in a chateau in France. This chateau behind me, number 8. This is a chateau that has incredible history. You've got the canal in the backyard that the king originally sent 30,000 soldiers to build this canal to go all the way to Versailles. The grounds here are expansive. When you drive in, you've got the double arches coming in. The bedroom we stayed in last night was so grand with the red walls. It felt like it was made for a king, and it makes sense because King Louis XIV actually literally stayed inside of that room. But it is time to go to Chateau number 9. This place is in the middle of a city. The whole city revolves around the chateau. It's more of a palace than a chateau, and we are the only ones staying in it tonight, and people don't get to stay there very often. So get ready to have your minds blown. I am excited. This is the biggest one of them all. All right, thanks for watching this series. Let's get on to number 9. So the chateau is incredibly historical. It's from the 10th century, which is the year 900, and it has been continuously lived in and maintained for the entire time. It was a medieval castle, and then the 1700s, they renovated it into a Renaissance time period, is that right?
Yes, and then the 18th and the 19th century, they did it as well. So this has been constant, and the family has been there for 260 years, the family that we're gonna meet today.
260.
Crazy.
The castle is the town, essentially. Like everything revolves around it.
And it's immense. The property is so expansive.
All right, we are going through the town of Lude to get to Chateau du Lude.
Exactly. Well done.
Get it right. I think we're pulling up to this gate.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Oh my gosh, I just can't even believe it. I don't even
I feel like I'm royalty. This is the chateau. We just met Barbara. She was there when we pulled up, incredibly kind. Every single chateau that we've stayed in so far has been run as a bed and breakfast or some sort of almost like a hotel, except for this one. And so it is kind of crazy that we're staying here, and we're so grateful for Barbara. She is with her grandkids until 5 p.m., which means we have an hour and a half to explore the grounds. These grounds have mazes. I say mazes, I think there's multiple mazes in the garden. We've got what used to be a moat going around, a giant river coming along, and multiple big gardens. Let's go check it out. There's a few different platforms of grass that I think are incredible. So this is the first view. You take a step down, you have this giant rock wall, and then these bushes. It's a French style garden that was built in the 1880s. And then along the whole side of it is this slow moving, deep looking river that looks like you could just take a fly rod and just throw a fly out there and you just catch a big old fish. I love this lower garden right here. From the farmland on the other side of the river to this French garden, and then it steps up to where the chateau is. I love this place right here. This is peaceful. This is the side of the lower garden that's closest to the castle, and this shot, this space. Just what? How did we get here?
As large as this chateau is, it used to be double in size, and where I'm standing now used to be the rest of the castle. It was demolished years ago. Instead, they put a terrace and a beautiful rose garden here. It just wasn't in good condition, and so that's why they demolished it. And now we get to enjoy the flowers.
This is one of my favorite parts of the garden. This is the maze, the labyrinth. Yeah. Why did it start pouring rain right as I came into this place? I need to take some cover. We just got out of the rain. We hid under a beautifully arched, crafted piece of bushes. What a day. We knew the rain would come. It came, but it's beautiful out here. We have entered what they call the dry moat. So it is a moat, Not all moats have to have water. The moat. I don't know how you get into the castle because the castle is just so far up there. You've got this stone that goes all the way up to the main level of the castle, and then it's the stucco with all the faces on it. That's at least maybe 15 Leslies. That's so tall. Every single chateau that we've stayed in is a bed and breakfast. They open their doors to people that can pay to stay inside of the room. This one feels more like a museum. But the craziest thing about it, you don't find a chateau like this inside of France because it is not just a museum. This is actually somebody's home. They live inside of this. They've been living inside of this for hundreds of years, this family. So yes, they open it up for 7 months for people to come, for tourists to come, to walk through certain parts of the chateau. But people don't get to stay inside of here. Everyone has left for the night. We have this place to ourselves. Even the owners just left for the next few hours. This entire chateau, it's just me, Leslie, and a dog, and you guys. So let me show you where we're sleeping tonight. This is our humble abode. This is the entrance of this place. Oh my goodness. All right, this is the chateau. This is the castle. It's amazing. Why do I keep doing this with my hands? I don't know, maybe because this place feels way beyond me. Stained glass windows, huge ceilings, art on the wall, and all I want to do is sit in that chair. I don't know if I'm allowed to. We're the guest for the night. I'm gonna sit on this chair. This is what it feels like to be king. Okay, out of the king chair. There's plenty of things we need to see down the hallway, and I will take you there. But first, let's just go into a little room called the Grand Ballroom. This place, look at it. The walls have gold leafing, wood on them. This is the most magnificent fireplace I've ever seen. The intricate carvings with all of the rock and the stone inside of it. And then even the ceiling is just red and green and gold leaf all over. Even these outfits. Turns out these outfits are from the, I think she said the 1700s, and 17 or 1800s. I may be wrong a little bit on my numbers there, but they found these in the attic when they were renovating something. And so they took the clothes out of the attic and just like put it on display here. I mean, you look at that and it looks like something that some costume shop made just to be like, this is this time period. But no, this is literally from the house, from somebody that lived here. And they just stuffed it in the attic. Think of how many grand balls they went to with that. Inside of this royal ballroom even, yeah. This is where you would have that. I mean, do you have a metal door, a metal gate inside of your house? I don't think so.
I'm blown away by the patterns on the floor because they have flower patterns, but then they have X's. So I was trying to figure that out. And this fireplace is the biggest fireplace I've ever seen in my life.
Go stand next to it so people can see the scale, because
Okay.
I don't think it's hard to tell unless somebody's standing by it.
And then in my mind,
You look so tiny.
as I was walking through, I was thinking about, although the space is big, imagining like an actual ball and like the king would come here. He's friends with the king. Like it's a pretty intimate space still to have a ball. The history of everything makes me really excited. I don't know why, it's just my thing.
You love castles too.
I love castles. And any type of movie I watch, I always want movies from back in the day. I don't really like present day movies.
That's true.
Give
You always
me,
say
give
you
me
want a period piece.
1700s, 1800s, early 1900s even. That's my jam. This door also, just a
Okay,
moment.
all right, back to the door.
Take
Back to
a
Leslie.
moment for this door.
Back to Leslie. Show us the door.
How on earth? That's the thing. The craftsmanship of everything. And they didn't have the kind of tools that we have. That's impressive.
Let's come down the hallway a little bit more. There's a room over here I want to show you, but first, we can't keep walking without addressing the elephant in the room. Not me. The staircase, and it goes all the way up. 1, 2, 3, I think 3 stories. I think this is interesting. There is an angel sitting right here with a cross, angel wings that is made out of bronze, and it's kind of the centerpiece of this hallway. I'm not sure if it was fully intentional or not, but you can look up to the top of the stairs. You can look right to the front door. This finger is pointing at the front door, almost like, hey, how you doing? Greeting people as they come in. This angel is unique. It's one of a kind, meaning in the 15th century, they built these angels out of bronze, and they had them a lot of time inside of churches, inside of chapels, which makes sense, right? The cross, the angel wings, all of those things. But at some point, they took all of the bronze statues that were built in the 15th century, they needed the bronze for cannonballs. So they melted down all the angels for cannons to be able to fight in the war with them. This one is the only known one to make it through that time period and to still be around. Full transparency, this one right here is a replica made out of bronze, but the actual original version of this is now in a very famous museum in New York City. And I just love that she just sits here and greets everybody in, sending good vibes. So all right, I just spent more time on an angel statue than I ever thought that I would, but I hope you find it was interesting because I did. This is the library. If you couldn't tell by the ladders, by the books, take a guess how many books are inside of here. I bet you can't guess. How did you guess that? Yeah, that's right. There's 4,000 books inside of here, and the oldest one is from the 15th century. Hold on. And the oldest one is dating back to the 16th century. Oh man, I'm so not cultured. Inside of this room are so many old books from different collections that people held on to for years and years. I'm gonna be honest here, in the perfect world, I would have a library with very many books. And just like Arno and the very first chateau that we went to, because you've been here for your whole life, this castle has been in your family. Have you read any of these books?
No.
I probably would not read very many of those books, if any of them. But I like the idea of having books. Let's go on to the next room. We're getting closer to our actual bedroom. Look, I know we could go on and on all day about the history of this thing. I'm not going to, but I'm gonna point out a couple things. Look at the ceiling. It looks incredible. Look at the floor with the mosaic tiles on here that are the original ones. They look incredible. It's time to go up the stairs to level 2, which is the level that our bedroom is on. Look at these stairs. Ah! This is it. This is the chapel inside of the castle. We've seen many chapels inside of chateaus during this trip. All of them are special. They really are. And so this one though, my goodness, this artwork, this oil painting or whatever type of painting it is on this canvas is just gorgeous. It's in such good condition. It's so vibrant and bright. They've got the chairs in here for people to kneel down. And then it actually has an upper deck, a second level. And then one cool thing is we've even got a picture of the Pope. Not just any Pope, the American Pope from Chicago. So he is inside of here. Did I point this out yet? I don't think I pointed it out. There are stars on the sky, golden stars in the blue sky, and it is beautiful. Second level, like I said, the grandstands. I kind of like the view from up here. It's nice. We're looking at a lot of rooms that we're not showing you guys everything, but Leslie, what are your thoughts about this place so far?
I just can't believe how much family history, generation after generation, they saved. Like, they have toys, they have puzzle pieces. And to keep puzzle pieces for hundreds of years is, I mean, even a month is quite the feat. And they have them in there. And it's just really admirable, and I'm really just impressed that all these people have this family history that's so well preserved. Clothing from their grandparents, great-great-grandparents. Like, it's incredible.
This is the hunting room. This probably isn't, but maybe one of the most special things about this chateau, I think it really is you see the artwork on the walls. You see these little images of dogs that are carved out. Even these animals that are up here that have been hunted, these outfits that are inside of here. A lot of the chateaus that you go to, and we've seen it on this trip, they're amazing. They are incredible. But a lot of times when they buy the chateau, it is empty. And they need to go around and find things that fit that time period. All of this stuff is from this chateau because this never was just like vacant. This stuff is not some stuff that they just bought from someone else's castle. This was worn here, this was used here. This is part of the history of this chateau and this castle. Every castle is unique, but that just adds another level to this. The owner, Barbara, just came up and talked to us for about 20 minutes. You didn't see it because we turned off the camera, and she told me about all this history. She told me about that painting. Come back in here for a second. This painting up here, she told me the name of it. She told me its history. It's from the 1700s. That, which I thought was brand new because the colors are so vibrant. And this is actually a famous painting, and it's just here in their chapel, inside of this beautiful castle. Okay, let's get out of the chapel. With all that being said, are you ready to see the bedroom that we are sleeping in tonight? We are the only non-residents staying inside of this chateau tonight. Come on in. This is not a renovated bedroom. This chateau has been like this for many, many years, and they've just had small decor changes, a new bed mattress, I'm sure. 22-foot high ceilings. We are on the second level right now, and there's also a third level inside of this chateau, yet they still have high ceilings that go up that high. The ceiling has a giant circle with different carvings etched into it and a little bow right in the center. I love this fireplace, a big, thick marble mantle with a mirror that goes all the way up and arches at the top. Beautiful and accentuates the super high ceilings inside of here. And how about this view? Where are we positioned in the chateau right now? I will tell you the main city road is just beyond that wall. We are in the corner over here. And behind me, I can see the rose garden, I can see the river, I can see the farmland beyond. I can barely see the little labyrinth maze over there in the corner. Yeah! But that view is just outrageous. What a location. The windows are just massive and gorgeous. So the question, if this is a true palace, if it truly is an original castle, something that you would imagine that you would see, that I would see. I've been to England many times. We named our daughter London. I always imagined having secret passageways getting from room to room, and that was the basis of this entire secret rooms concept that we brought up in video number 1. Where's your best hiding places? I see a door handle, I see the fabric. This light is making the shadow go a little bit more, but this really is tucked away, hidden door. Leads to another door. A little tiny closet-like hiding place. But where else could it go? This is the bathroom. Yeah, so there we go. This is how you get into the bathroom. You go through secret passageways, which there's another door that leads somewhere else that I don't even know where it goes. So there you go. Secret passageway takes you into either a closet or into the bathroom. Promised you one more hiding place. We have found it. This is a room that was built in 1560, and it's beautiful. Remember back then, 1560, you had a lot of servants everywhere around the house. You had a lot of people politically, maybe even kings, that demanded your time. And that's a lot of energy, that's a lot of pressure. And sometimes you needed a place to just get away. And so in 1856, this studiolo was made. It's based off of something that they do in Italy, or they did back in Italy back in the day, to have these little rooms with art all over them. Okay, so I need to take you into this hiding place. But in 1856, they rediscovered this room. So somebody had taken plaster and put it all over the room just to make a regular room, almost like, I think, like a closet. But I'm so glad that they found it, because they have the original artwork inside of here, and it's beautiful. Okay, we're gonna check out this hiding place. This is the room. I can almost touch the ceiling inside of here if I jumped, but I'm not gonna jump. This is a small room. This is one wall, this is another wall, there's a wall, and then you guys are against that wall with the one window with natural light coming in, kind of a yellow hue to it. Look at the artwork inside of here. It is beautiful. The idea behind the paintings that are on these walls is it was supposed to promote virtue, love, and political wisdom. 3 important things as somebody that must have been regarded as very high status if you lived inside of this chateau and you owned it and you ran it and you could come inside of here. Some of my favorite ones that I can immediately tell. This is the only one that didn't need a description for me. It is Noah's Ark. It is a painting. There are multiple biblical paintings on here. You see Jesus up here talking to Noah, commanding him to build the ark, to load it up with 2 animals of every kind, to get ready for the big floods and go across the world. Don't understand why they had to do rats inside of it. Noah, you probably could have left those ones behind.
The Loire family.
There's a lot of artwork inside of here that is just beautiful, and you can kind of tell, you see some of the damage on the wall. I'm not gonna touch it, but you can see some of the white damage. There was plaster on here that they had to take off, and then they found this artwork underneath here. But to the credit of the person that put the plaster here, if the plaster was never put on this, there's a chance that the colors on this would not be as vibrant as they are right now, and people can't enjoy coming and seeing this super special place.
It's crazy to me that these pieces of artwork are the same pieces of artwork and stories that we teach our kids since they were little, and the kings and people from history books that we read about. They were teaching the same things like thousands of years ago. Sometimes it's hard to relate to the history and like somebody that owned this castle back in the day, but when you look at this and you see that they're teaching their children and they're learning about the same things that we do for our own children, it just brings a level of, commonality and, relatability, I would say.
Okay, you You might not be able to see it, but Leslie is outside of that window. We are at the top. They call this the cupola. It's the very top of the dome that's on top of the stairwell. I'm guessing this ladder is where I go next. Hopefully it can hold the weight of an American. We're near the top of this entire chateau, and we are trying to make my way all the way to the very, very, very tippy top. Oh, this is great. Okay, we made it to the top, but we need to get up there. It's been many years since she's been up here, so we're trying to figure out how to get up the final section.
There's an old ladder here, but it's not a good one anymore.
Look at that, we've got another ladder. There's the ladder, there's the ladder. Look up there. This is the door that we are going to. And there's so many bugs, but she said they're not dangerous bugs. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. They're just bugs.
Terrified of bugs.
The bugs were in my mouth, in my eyes, in my ears. Beware that spider.
You have to be more confident than that. You have to be more confident than that. You have to be more confident than that.
I opened it. We're going up.
Uh-oh, watch out.
That was one of the coolest things I have ever done in my life, to be atop here, go to a place that people haven't been for at least 10 years, to fight my way through my fear of bugs, to go through all those little flies, but I trusted the owner of the chateau. And she told me, these are not dangerous bugs. You're gonna make it. The secret hiding places, I need to let you guys in the comments be the judge. How does this line up? We got a secret passageway, we had the studiolo, and now I'm gonna count this tower that I just climbed up. This is a pretty good hiding place. You guys be the judge where this ranks. It's pretty close to number one, I would think. It's a kind of a tough one to beat. But I've got to climb all the way back down 4 different ladders and not fall in the antique wood ladders that we have to get back down. Okay, how nervous were you of me going up to the top?
I'm still nervous because there is a hole in the floor.
The nerves are not over yet. We have not featured her a ton, but she is a countess, and her family has lived in this castle for many, many years. And she's been so kind to let us stay here, but also as many of the beautiful rooms that we've seen, I was very impressed that she said, would you like to go to the top of the tower? And you know me, I am down to do it. Even though my pants are dirty from dead bugs, it was 100% worth it. So thank you for letting us come, and thank you for letting me go to the top of the castle.
You're welcome, Dan.
I don't know if we properly closed out this video, but we're leaving the chateau right now. We're going out of the side gate. Countess Barbara was so kind to us. At the beginning, I could tell she was a little wondering what we're doing here, and I was wondering what we're doing here. I still am. But now we are leaving. We did not do the G-turn. I think it probably wasn't appropriate.
I think she was up for doing it, but she spent so much time helping Dan get some really cool shots that I didn't want to ask her to do more.
It was so sketchy. She was so worried for me. I was scared.
She was scared.
I was trying to film some of it with my phone, and then I hit it and it dropped and it fell all the way down, and I was so worried it was going to hit her on the head.
Oh no.
And it didn't, luckily, and she was terrified. There were so many moments when she could have said, yeah, we're not doing this. And it was her idea, and she kept going with it even though I was struggling to go up and down stairs. Whew. After the bug incident, we were in such a rush that we had to drive down the road to a park. We found this random park and tell you our favorite things, our most surprising thing about this stay. And when we start with the favorite things, I mean, this is a ridiculous question because we literally just stayed in the most amazing palace, museum, castle that you've ever seen. But Leslie, let's go ahead and start with you because I got to think about what could be my most favorite.
There's so many things, but for me, one thing that really stood out is right when you enter the chateau, right in the center of it is that bronze angel that is from so long ago. There's no more bronze angels around anymore because they were used for cannons. And the little smirk on its face and the little, I'm like pointing out the door, there was something so special about it, and you can tell that the families that lived in this home really cherished that angel. So that was my favorite.
It's like the protector of the home, and it
truly
brings good vibes and love. Even Barbara told me while we were going to hike all the way up to the top, she mentioned it again, and she said, this is just meant to be. It's like, it brings love and good energy into the castle.
And I have to say also that when I first lived in Paris, I went to my first concert at the chapel called Saint-Chapelle, which is where supposedly this angel came from in Paris. And it was so magical. There was like symphony music that was playing, and there was only candle lights. And I remember looking around, I was with my friend Paola. It was our first time that we went and hung out with each other. And I remember thinking, this is so magical. It gave me goosebumps. And so when she said that angel came from Saint-Chapelle, I was just like, yes, this is my angel. I loved it.
There's so many things. I mean, this is what my mind goes to. First, the giant gardens, like the view, the river, but then I also think about the labyrinth little maze that I was running around in. Yeah. It was incredible. Like, that was beautiful. I'd have so much fun with that thing in some way. But then, of course, I have to say my favorite thing, which was the scariest thing, was going to the top of the castle and being the king of the castle at the very top, somewhere that nobody has been for 10 years. It was the most terrifying thing. PTSD from the bugs. After we started driving, I went back and looked at my phone. I was using it as a flashlight, but turns out I pushed record, and you guys got to see my shirt, my undershirt, the bugs, but I'm leaving that in there.
Well done.
Amazing experience. Do not regret it one bit. The only thing I regret is dropping my phone so that you guys couldn't see me film from the top, but the drone shots looked amazing, and it was incredible experience. So, most surprising thing.
Most surprising thing is that we had the opportunity to stay in that chateau,
That's a
and
good one.
Barbara was so warm and welcoming.
You just want to stay in the castle for every moment.
Every moment. And it's just a memory that we'll always cherish.
I think it was the most surprising thing to Barbara also that she let us stay inside of the chateau. Most surprising thing to me, I want to say the Studiolo is a hiding place.
Oh my gosh,
and the
I
history.
forgot about the Studiolo. that
was
could have
so
been one
beautiful.
of my favorites.
But then I also really absolutely loved the grand ballroom. Like, that room is incredible. So I'm gonna go with one of those two things, because
Choose one. Studiolo.
I'm gonna say neither one of them now. I'm just gonna say the whole experience.
Yeah,
That
it was
place
amazing.
was magical, once in a lifetime. We'll never get a chance like that to stay in a palace and feel like what royal family must feel like. So that was great. The one thing we would put into our dream castle from castle number 9 is the incredible watchtower. To see 40 kilometers in every direction, but would it be too much to ask to get one without the bugs? The next chateau is a chateau that is by, I would say, the most famous chateau YouTuber that is out there right now in France. She started the entire trend, and we're going to stay at their home tonight and learn all about what it takes to build a castle from the bottom to the top. Thank you for watching this series. If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up and give it a comment to thank the owner of the chateau for letting me, silly me from America, come up here to the top of the castle, and there's still 4 more to come.